Oh my gosh, I did forget part of it, didn't I?
Yeah.
So I brought Graham in here because we want to talk to you about the results, okay?
Sure.
So, it is completely clear that you were not honest during the testing, and I think you already know that. You did not pass the polygraph test.
Okay.
Okay. So now we need to talk about what actually happened. I feel like you're probably ready to do that.
I didn't lie to you on that polygraph, I promise.
Chris,
I know.
Chris, stop. It's time.
I
Just stop for a minute. Take a deep breath. I want you to take a deep breath right now.
There's a reason you feel sick to your stomach. And when people hold stuff inside, it makes you physically ill. And I can just tell on your face, I can tell from the second you walked in that you were wanting to just come clean and just be done with this. And I appreciate that because you knew sitting down in that chair that you weren't going to pass today. And you knew I was going to find out because I told you that. And then you continued to stay knowing that you could, at the end, say, you know what? I just need to get this off my chest. Like, I just need to tell you what happened. We're not here to play games. We're not here to do any of that with you. We just want to know what happened. So can you start from the beginning and tell us what happened?
everything that I told you, I did not lie on this polygraph. I don't know how much I could tell you right now. Like, I did not.
It's not even an option right now because you did not pass the polygraph. So I know you were being deceptive. So that's not even an issue right now. The issue right now is what happened to Shanann, Bella, and Celeste. That's the issue right now.
Okay.
Okay. So let's talk about that.
Okay.
I know you want to tell us. I can see it in your face. Holding this lie in is going to do nothing for you.
I know this. Like,
Okay.
I'm not like trying to like cover things up. Like,
Yeah, but you kind of are because it's normal. Normal people would do that. Normal people that make a mistake initially are going to go, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do anything. That's normal. I would expect that. It's just like if you ask your kid, did you write on the wall? And they go, no. And you're like, you have a marker on your hand. Like, I know you just wrote on the wall. And they're like, oh, okay. That's a natural reaction that someone's going to initially lie about something like that and then eventually tell the truth. So this is your eventually telling the truth time. This is where the rubber meets the road, Chris. Like, don't let this continue any longer, please.
I'm not trying to make anything continue. Like, I want them back home. Like,
but you know they're not coming back home. You know that.
I don't know in the back of my head. I hope they come back home.
But you know they're not.
I hope they come back home.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know they're not coming back home.
Chris, Tammy and I are confused. Okay? And here's what we're confused about. I told you that we've done some work overnight.
Yeah.
I told you that we've got a lot of leads. Okay, that wasn't a lie. We know a lot more than we think we do. Okay. And here's where we're confused. You're this great guy, and I'm not just telling you that, okay? I'm telling you that because everyone tells us that. Okay? We can't find anyone saying anything bad about you. Chris is a great guy. He's a good father. He's a good man. We're confused as to why you're not taking care of your beautiful children.
I'm not taking care of them right now.
Right now. Where are they?
I don't know where they're at. Honestly, I do not know where they are at. If I could have my babies back home right now, I would. I want them back. I want everybody back. That is the God's honest truth.
So let's keep talking about your family. Okay. We just can't figure out why there's two Chris's. Okay. We talked about that last night. Yes. We just can't figure it out. There's a Chris. Okay. If somebody asked me my kid's child routine, I would say, I don't know, go ask their mom. That's the truth, right? And so it is very surprising to me, and it warms my heart that you're the type of dad who can pack a bag in the morning. You know just what to put in there. You know just what to put in there as a backup in case they have an accident. Okay. You know what the clothes to put in there. You know what they have for breakfast. You know what they have for a snack and a dinner and a nighttime snack. You can tell me the book you read to your daughters. Okay. I know you love them. And you're not faking that, are you? That's real. Okay. There's a lot of guys who come in here and try to tell me that. And I know they're lying. Okay. Because they can't answer those questions that you can answer. Okay. But you are here today lying about something else. So we need to talk about that, okay? I cheated on her. I know. And this is very good.
I'm not proud of it. I didn't think anything like that could happen. I don't think I would ever do it, but I did.
I know. Keep going.
She accused me of it. I denied it. I cheated on her, and I feel horrible for it. Like, she was pregnant, and it was, I don't want to, I didn't hurt her. I cheated on her. I hurt her emotionally. I cheated on her. And I feel absolutely horrible about this, but that's what I've been holding. I think that when I didn't go to the Rockies game, I was with her. I went to dinner with her.
Okay. Keep going.
That 5 weeks I was alone, I was with her most of the time.
Okay. You're doing a good job. This is the Chris that I knew would come out today. This is the Chris who tells the truth because you're a truth teller.
When I tell you I fell out of love, because I fell in love with her.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's God's honest truth.
Okay. Who is her?
I don't want to get her involved in this. I don't want to ruin her life. Like, it's something like this. I don't want her involved in this.
Okay. So can we talk about that a little bit?
Yes.
I knew that you would say you didn't want to get her involved.
But
because you'd like to take care of her.
She's a wonderful person. Like, I mean, she knew I was married, yes. And I told her we were going through issues, yes. And I told her that, we were going to get, at the end, like, we were going to get separated. Like, once I figured out what that was, I didn't know what that was going to be.
I know.
I had no idea. I like, I saw her, took my breath away, and I never thought in a million years that could happen.
I know.
I know you think I'm a favorite, but it was. I never felt that way about anybody in my lifetime.
Mm-hmm. Chris, that's not your fault.
No, I'm just.
Can we do this? I know you want to take care of her because you're the type of guy that takes care of women. It is. You took care of your wife. You took care of your daughters. You were very good at taking care of her, and you want to take care of her. So can we make a deal? I don't think this girl did anything to hurt anybody, but I can't walk out of here wondering. So can you leave her out of it?
Okay.
Get back to your wife and your daughters.
Okay.
Where are they?
That I do not know. That was what I was holding back. Like, I didn't know, what I did. I know.
Chris, in the interview today, you weren't asked about infidelity. You were asked about.
I was holding back from last night.
That's when you feel today.
That's not how it works. You would have reactions to every single question, not just the ones that we talked about being important.
Like the ones you wanted me to lie about, is that what you're talking about?
No, the ones about her disappearance and knowing where she's at and about what you about seeing her last.
I was not lying about those things. So
can I tell you what I think?
Yes.
Okay. So, going into that interview today with Tammy, where we strapped you in, we knew all about Nikki. Okay? All about her. And you're doing a very good job right now because you didn't have to tell us about it, but you did.
I couldn't hold that in anymore.
We could see it in your chest and in your eyes. Okay? Here's the challenge that we have. We knew about Nikki, and so we didn't need to ask you about her in the polygraph. We just didn't need to because we knew. Okay? And so that's why we didn't ask you, because we already knew the answer. Okay? We're very, very worried about your daughters and your wife. I am too. Okay? So can I tell you maybe based on the people that I've talked to and Tammy's talked to, based on all the investigations we've done, based on your cell phone, both your cell phones, your wife's cell phone, Nikki's cell phone, okay, based on talking with family members and friends and based on talking with everyone, here's what we know, okay? And I'm not going to lie to you right now. Here's what we know, okay? Chris is a good man. Everyone said it, okay? I'm not just telling you that because I want to blow smoke here. You're a good man, okay? Nobody can fake answers about packing a backpack. Nobody. You either pack a backpack for your kids or you don't, okay? This should have been the happiest time of your marriage, okay? You and Shanann. This should have been the happiest time. She's making a little money. She's making good money. You're making great money. You both have a job. You have beautiful kids. You have a beautiful house. You're in Colorado. Clean air, good people. Okay? And on top of that, you look pretty good now. You're pretty fit. Okay? This should have been a time in your marriage where you guys were happy and thriving and productive. Okay? And I believe that Shanann's the reason none of that happened. I believe that she's a controlling person. Maybe doesn't listen to you as much as she should. I think that she can do whatever she wants and you can't. Okay? I think if you were to go to a restaurant, she would order whatever the hell she wants. And as soon as you order a nice steak, she says, "Whoa, buddy." Okay? A woman that lets her man do all of the backpack packing and all of the cooking.
I'll do all the cooking, but like she cooks like I do like some things.
Okay. It's because you're a good person, and I think that she started on the path to leave the marriage. Okay. It's ironic that we're talking about you and Nikki. I think that she was the one who started on that path first. What do you think about that?
I wouldn't have thought about that.
Okay. The other thing I think is interesting is, even though she is that type of person that's controlling, doesn't listen, does what she wants, is walking away from her kids, here you are defending her. Because to your core, you want to take care of the people you love. Okay. And that's the reason why we want to give you an opportunity today to just help us find them. Okay. Will you do that for us?
I'll do whatever I can to help them find where they're at.
Okay. So when she asked you, do you know where they are, or are you going to tell the truth about where they are? You felt miserable. Okay. Why?
I'm a nervous person. Like every question I asked, every question, it felt like I wouldn't even say the right thing.
That's not how the polygraph works.
I don't know like what it reads like. I know she was saying about autonomy of the process, but like I don't know where they're at.
Chris, right now your dad's outside. He flew across the country to help you. Okay. You're lying to him. You're lied to everyone you talk to. And they all bought it. Will you please help us find your babies?
I want to find them. I've told you over and over, I want to find everyone.
Can we go back to that night?
Yeah.
You know that we have texts. We know that there's an Alexa in your house.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that those are trained to record distress. Okay. You know that we know content of Nikki's text messages and your text messages and Shanann's text messages. Okay.
I didn't know you knew where Mickey was until right now. So.
Okay. Tell us about that night again. Please tell the truth. It's fine.
I told you the truth. I promise I told you the truth. Like, woke up at 4 o'clock. I woke up at 4 o'clock. Got dressed, got ready. 4:15, and then talk about the house, about separation.
Did you guys talk about Nikki?
She accused me of like, all right, well, you know, is there somebody else?
Sure.
Okay.
You denied it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she brought up like, you know, like, well, was there a $68 charge at dinner the other night?
Okay.
Was it two of you?
And that was with two of you, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
That's me.
And so it sounds like at that time there was maybe you weren't quite ready to just say,
I
this is everything.
I couldn't say it.
Okay.
We were already trying hard enough. I couldn't say that.
Okay. What did you say?
I just told her like, the separation has to be. I want separation.
Okay. Was it her idea to sell the house or yours?
She initiated the realtor the week before an email.
Why?
Because we were talking about the marital issues. She's like, well, we can't afford to live on our own. Well, she can't afford to live on her own. I can't afford to live on my own. So she's like, you need to just contact Van.
Okay. And who'd you contact?
Well, she contacted Ann, our realtor.
Ann?
Yeah.
Okay. Would Ann say the same thing, that your wife initiated the contact?
Yeah. Okay. She would. And then on Monday, I texted her to see if what she could do.
Okay.
And that's in there too. We already got that.
Tell me about the pregnancy. Was that your idea or hers?
She said she was about 80-20. Well, I went into the pros and cons of it. Like after she got pregnant, she told everybody that it was mainly my idea.
Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted a boy.
Did you want to get pregnant?
Okay. And then after the fact, she said it was mainly me that wanted it, and she was about, you know, she was 70-30 against it at that point. Like she would tell her friends that.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what, 70-30 against it? Like, why?
Okay. Can you understand that some of this just doesn't make sense to us? Okay. How is it possible that a woman and two kids are just completely gone off the face of the earth?
I promise you, I have nothing on my hands I did nothing to those kids or her to make them vanish.
So tell me what happened then. I believe you that you did nothing on your hands. What happened?
When I left, I mean, it's on video that I left and I was in my truck. I didn't like load anything into my truck besides my tools, my container, my book bag, my water jug, my lunchbox.
Okay. But then what happened?
I drove out of the driveway.
No, before you drove out of the driveway. What happened with your wife and your kids?
I didn't do anything. They were still in the house.
Where are they? Where did they go?
I don't know, sir. I really don't know.
Your wife's not the type of person to vanish.
I know she's not.
She had 10 things on her schedule that meant she was going to be there the next day, that day, the day after that, with friends, with a doctor. Okay? She didn't leave because she wanted to.
Okay.
So what happened?
I didn't do anything to her.
Was it an accident?
I didn't do anything.
Was it an accident?
There was no accident. I don't know if there was an accident in the house. I wasn't there for it.
It's a big deal if it's an accident, because we can work with that, Chris.
No.
And I think that's maybe what happened.
I did not cause an accident. I didn't do anything to my wife and kids.
Was it a misunderstanding?
There's no misunderstanding. Like, we had that talk. There was a misunderstanding where I didn't tell her about the affair.
Okay.
I didn't. That was a misunderstanding. Like,
miscommunication,
yeah,
misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Good.
But I probably should have told her right then. Honestly. mean, everything was out on the table anyway.
Right.
I should have just told her right then. But I didn't because I just couldn't bring myself to do it.
What was your plan? What were you going to do? I mean, how was the separation going to work?
Like, once we got separated, I'll get my own place, and then 50-50 split with the kids. That's what I was hoping.
Mm-hmm. What about Nikki?
Take it slow and just see if anything develops, like when I'm at my own place.
Okay.
I just find it hard to hear you talk about having this emotional, conversation with Shanann, and you're bawling and crying together, and you have not shed one tear in 2 days that you've been here.
No,
Not one. And help me understand that, because I don't get it. These are your baby girls, and you have not shed one tear over them not being around. Chris, I lose my 4-year-old in the store for 10 seconds, and I start to go panic. I have not seen any of that from you at all. Help me understand that.
I love those girls. I would never do anything just because I haven't shed a tear.
Yeah, no, that's weird. Is that weird?
Don't look into that like I don't love my kids.
Well, tell
I love
me,
my
explain
wife.
to me. You're crying with your wife that you're leaving her.
Yeah.
But you don't cry that your 2 little baby girls.
I'm hoping they're still around somewhere. I'm hoping they're still somewhere.
Yeah, but you don't have them right now. You're not reading stories to them at night.
I know.
You're not giving them midnight snacks. You're not giving them their medicine. You're not waking up with them in the morning.
I know this.
So that should cause you pain.
It does cause me pain.
But I don't see that. I want to see the Chris that cares. I want to see the Chris that, feels bad about what he did and wants to, get this off his chest and be done with this. And let us find your little girls so that they're not out there in the middle of a field or whatever somewhere. Don't do that.
I love those girls to death.
Then show us that. Show us that. Show us this Chris, not this Chris.
I'm not showing you that Chris. I'm showing you the Chris that cares about his girls and his wife. Just because I haven't shed a tear shouldn't make you feel like that the love isn't there for them.
It's weird. It doesn't make sense.
I understand that.
You have to.
I totally see where you're coming from. Trust me, there's nothing. Just because
Chris, people can be pushed to the point where they do something that they regret. It happens every single day.
I know.
But part of what makes you a man is the guy that goes, really fucked up, but this is what I did, and I'm going to pay for what I did, and I'm going to tell you what I did, and I'm going to be honest about it.
Chris, we can keep talking to you once we find these girls, okay? So once we find these girls and your wife, right, no matter how we find them, no matter what condition they're in, we can keep talking to you, and you can tell us, guys, it's not as bad as it looks. And you can say, let me tell you what happened. I was never comfortable with you, Graham, or with you, Tam. I wasn't comfortable yet. But now that everything's known, that the girls are found and Shanann's found, however they're found, it's okay. We can keep talking to you. Okay?
Chris, did Shanann do something to them?
No, I don't know.
I'm serious.
I have no clue.
No, you would have known. They didn't leave the house. Did Shanann do something to them, and then did you feel like you had to do something to Shanann?
They were at the house when I left. They were there.
They weren't there. They didn't leave. They vanished.
They were there.
The only way they could have left is in your truck.
There's no way, because I didn't just throw them in my truck.
You know your truck is GPS,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Because you told your boss,
yes.
Hey, I'm going to separation, I'm maybe staying at a friend's house, whatever. You know that thing pings every 10 seconds?
Yep.
So we will know
exactly
where you went.
And your company's giving that to us.
I know.
Okay. Are we not asking the right questions, Chris?
You're asking all the questions.
What are we not asking you right? What are we doing wrong?
I'm not doing anything.
Did Shanann do something?
If she did anything to these kids, we both love them with all our hearts. There's no way.
It could have been an accident. Something happened in the house that you know about. You failed the polygraph test, right? This is not about, did you leave and your wife vanished and you didn't know anything about it. That was not what you were asked, okay?
Okay.
We know that something happened to all three of them. But I want to know, did something happen to these baby girls first that you had to take into your own hands and deal with?
You had to clean it up for Shanann.
Chris, you gotta tell us. There's something that happened to these baby girls. Look at them.
I know. Before you came in, I was watching videos.
We have no doubt you love these girls with all of your heart. I have no doubt. But we make mistakes.
That's okay.
It's what we do with those mistakes that make us who we are.
Because it seems like you're thinking about it right now.
She couldn't have.
I feel like you cleaned up for her. I feel like that's the type of guy that you are. Which one of these has the breathing thing?
Well, they both have inhalers, but she has the EOE. And syphilis epidemics.
Does she have problems breathing?
And only like with her allergies and whatnot, like if she had anything next. But she's one with the endoscopies and everything, the surgery I told you about.
Do you think she had trouble breathing that night? And Shanann freaked out? And didn't want to live without a baby girl?
So
Did you hear about the homicide that happened in Aurora? The guy beat that family to death with a ball and hammer. The only person that survived was a 3-year-old sibling. And that sibling grew up to be total mess. No family, no mom and dad, no brother, sister. She was by herself. She says, I wish I would have died with them. And there are times that people freak out. I've seen it. I mean, I've been a mom for almost 20 years. I've seen it. Parents freak out and they're like, oh my God, like, I can't have my baby girls live without each other. They're best friends. They're like twins. They're, they wake each other up in the morning. And I understand that. We had a mom in Castle Rock that suffocated both the baby girls. She's like, my husband was going to take them. And she's like, I just couldn't handle. I thought I was doing right by them. I thought I was saving them pain. And I get it.
why? Why she's saving the pain?
She didn't want them to have to live without their mom.
Chris, this is a weight that's going to be on you for the rest of your life until we resolve tonight. Unless we can talk about this more tonight, it's going to follow you forever. I promise you, when you start talking to us, you will feel better. I know you already feel better about getting the Nikki off your chest.
She's don't like not for the news or anything like that. She's trying to do that.
You gotta help me.
I know.
Chris, we're giving you a lifeline right now. You need to take it. You need to reach out and take it.
Did they look like this the last night you were with them?
She had that dress on, like on the 8th or 9th. It wasn't in this, but she had that dress on. I remember I had the 2 buttons on the back. I take them off so I get her down on that night.
Did you guys make sure that they were warm when you left the house?
Make sure they were warm. They're always warm. They always have, when they're in the bed, they're always warm.
Were you guys taking care of them at the very end?
They're always taken care of. They never miss a meal.
You took them out of the house with their blankets and their animals. That's because you cared. That's what caring dad does.
I mean, I'm always caring for these kids. Nothing in this in my life.
I believe that. I believe that, and I believe someone made a mistake, whether it was you or Shanann. You either cleaned up after Shanann or you made the mistake, and I want to believe that maybe Shanann did it and you felt compelled to fix this so Shanann didn't look bad. That's what I want to believe. But I don't know, you're not telling me that, so it makes me think the worst. Like, did you
I did not do anything.
all three of them?
I did
Like,
not do anything to these kids. Not do anything.
what did Shanann do to them? Tell us, Chris. Chicks are crazy.
Can I talk to my dad or something?
Absolutely.
Come on.
Do you want to bring him in here?
No, I just can't talk to my dad. Like, flew across the country. I can't.
How about this? If we brought your dad in here, would you please tell him what happened?
I just go talk to him. I've been in here for like 5 hours and I'm like,
Absolutely. Chris, bring him back. It's not going to feel any better. He deserves an answer.
It's your best friend.
There's only one person you wanted here. Wants to meet your dad.
Good.
What would you tell him?
I love him and I just want him to be by my side.
He knows more than we do that you're a good man. And he knows as much as you want to protect your wife, Samantha. I think he would tell you to do the right thing. Before we get him,
Can I go out there and talk to him?
well, I don't know that you want to do it out there because there's a lot of people going through the halls. Should we bring him in here?
We'll step out.
Can you 2 minutes with him? Okay. Can we just ask a couple more questions? It seems like you're about to get it off your chest. Is there any way that you can help us understand more about Shanann and why maybe something happened so that we don't get a bad picture about her? What I mean is, what happened that night with her,
Shortly after I talked to her.
with the girls?
Like when we were having that conversation in bed there. Like when I talked to her about the separation and the house and she asked me about the affair and that's how that conversation went. She was distraught. She had like mascara on her face, all that. I mean, it was emotional.
Well, how about this? If we bring in your dad, will you promise me that you'll talk to him? Will you promise me that you'll tell him everything? Would it be easier if you told him and he told us? want that to be easier enough. I tend to think it's not. I think you're the type of guy that needs to take responsibility because you always have taken responsibility. You've always made the right choice. So I guess I'm just worried that if we bring your dad in here, it could distract you. What do you think?
Distract me from like talking to you.
Yeah.
I just need to talk to him.
Okay. All right. I know you'll do the right thing. I do. I don't know how long it's going to take. I think that you need to think a little bit more about that. Okay.
You need to realize that your dad is not going to stop loving you no matter what you tell him. You are his child, and he will not stop loving you.
There.
Ever.
And this is not the last chapter in anyone's story at all. Okay. He's been here the whole time. He didn't want to leave you. Have you ever seen sometimes when an animal's owner dies, they stick around forever? I think that's your dad. Poor guy didn't want to leave today, okay? So keep that in mind. He wants to hear it all. Hey, Chris, we're gonna let you have however much time you need, okay?
Sure. You can leave us in here or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. What's going on here? This polygraph. It's too much emotions. So they're not gonna let me go. Is the reason why they shouldn't? They know I had an affair. And they know. I can't think about that. Nobody got an affair. She won't tell me what's going on. What happened. When we had that conversation that month, it was emotional and told her about separation and everything like that. Mm-hmm. After that, I come downstairs. Protect her. What? Protect her. Protect her. I don't know what to say. She heard him. But they leave after that. So she started her kids. I told her. And once I came back up, they were gone. I'm gonna let you talk I'm talking to her about that. I'm talking to her about separation and everything was up. She lost. I don't know like what else to say, but
she. You were leaving basically at work. She freaked out over the separation. I don't think she laid back down, but that's not enough. I heard a cool commotion upstairs. I think he went back upstairs and she was dead. I can see that she was about choking up there. Hair blew. She choked up on that. I freaked out when she had me. I want to say that. I think I called cops about it. And do all the bodyguards. Yeah, I didn't know what else to do. I freaked out. I didn't know nothing else to do. Didn't know what to do. Not just this is crazy. I hadn't in her heart, I know she knew about it there. She just waiting for me to say something. She was tired again. She was lost it. So she went off and told her about that's not crying like happened. We told her about her. No, I didn't tell her how long she was doing. She was doing. I could deny how long she was doing. She had one separation with it. So I think she was good. Like the girls happy. I did deny it. I told her before that separation. But, you know, she was open to go to counseling. I didn't like the counseling. She lost it. And no separation. She got it with her at home too. last time I was here about a day ago. Okay. Right. She lost something from separation. That's not a good barely going on. You just recently denied it. And then told her she was. Who's not range?
Okay. You okay? You sure? Yeah. Can you help us with this with you, okay? Can you tell us what you told your dad?
After that conversation, after that conversation we had, she accused me of the affair. She, in her heart, she knew what was going on. And she knew about the dinner the other night. Too much for just me. When I told her I went to a rocky thing, I went up to bed. I went downstairs. Before about separation. Well, that was when I was upstairs, but what I wanted in the come up with separation. That's what I want. I'm downstairs, started packing up a few things. There's a couple things upstairs, but I think I can have it. Continue this whole thing and get ready to get everything packed up.
No.
I went upstairs and talked to her again. I saw on the monitor. Those covers were like pulled off and she was laying there. She was hot. So I thought it was she was in there with on top of her. Freaked out. I ran in there, got on top of her.
What you do?
Food. And then I did.
What happened?
In there.
Which one? Oh, you want it?
Okay. Put it back in our bed.
Is you okay? Mm-hmm.
I'm not really busted. I'm shaking. I put my kids are blue and on. I'm just like blind, just, I'm not that person, like, just, she hurt my kids. Like, I did the same thing to her.
What happened after she was in her bed?
And then, she was acting, couldn't see, couldn't look at her. So horrible for what I did. I look at my kids. She did. And that's it.
Took the hard part. You have to teach us to do that.
You have to get them out of the cold.
It's gone. There's no bringing it back.
Where was it?
That first location I went to that day.
Where at? What location?
Right there off the site.
Did you pick that site?
First I was supposed
Where will be finding that?
to, I didn't know what to do.
I know.
I didn't know what to do. Like none of this made sense. Why would she hit my fucking girls?
To put it in something or then into the ground, like, where would you find them? You took it out there?
There's no one else out there. I mean, I will if you want to. I don't want
What if you and me and your dad just drove by and you could just say, right there, we could help you just get him out of the cold, take care of him for the last time.
I'm sorry.
I know you came in today to do the right thing. You didn't have to come in. You came in all alone.
Don't take anything with us.
Huh?
Just please don't take anything with us. Talk to my dad. Are they all three out there, Chris? Yeah.
What was she doing to CC?
She's on the top of the roof. Back in his room.
Figuring out what? Like,
You saw it? Saw it on the monitor. Okay, that's all right over there.
what'd she say?
They were off. Saw CC was sorry blue. He's not moving. And just that blind range, I just did the same thing to her.
Did you ever go into Bella's room?
Just put you back in. That's how I run the monitor. The way she was laying, it just sprawled out.
That when you packed up the special stuff? So where'd you put them? Put them out there.
In the truck.
In the front.
Driver's side rear.
In the passenger compartment.
Driver's side. Rear. Messy.
What do you think of them out there?
There's the favors are gone. And I put my hands around my wife's neck and did that. Thing.
Did Shanann fight back at all? Did that?
The rage that I had after seeing that night. Not much.
How do you know Shanann was there?
Yeah, lay on the couch on a sheet over.
Yeah, dude. That's a good point.
I'm thinking
That's a very good point.
I can see it now.
What did it say, or what was the caption?
What do you say to this? That father was laying on the couch, had a sheet over it, across the head, all the way, I think see his feet like that. Saying like Bella had done that.
Do you remember that, Chris? What do you think?
Make fun of it. Thought it was funny.
Did Bella do it?
I don't know. I think maybe.
she was at the balls, waste or something like that.
Okay.
Or they had never done that.
What's that?
It sounds like kind of,
I'm sorry, I like you. And you, I mean, you knew what was gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. You stayed for a reason.
Chris, you're a good man.
I'm not a good man.
Well, you stayed, you wanted to talk, you knew it was going to be hard, and you still stayed. That's what a good man is.
Stayed here for 6 hours and 11 minutes.
Staying in the field.
I'm glad you did.
See, rage come out, see the kids dead. You don't know. You don't know when you look at you.
Told you your dad still love you, no matter what.
Could you let someone kiss the body?
Hey, Chris,
Nothing will ever be the same again.
when you came in, was your wife on top of her right when you came in? So you saw it in person?
There's a lot of that's why I rushed in. No one is there to talk to her again.
And when you came in, she was right there on top
She
of
was
her.
right there.
Okay.
Hands on her throat. There's no fault to do.
Are you trying to save Cece?
Hard to go and say. She wasn't moving. Her head's hanging over my like that.
Where did you put them out there? Because that's really important. Counting something or like something.
I didn't know what else to do.
I know.
I didn't know what else to do. I was so scared.
I know.
Like, no, I just did this, and I just did that. What do I do?
Right.
Anything that I would do from there was just going to be just insensitive and just a horrible thing.
You're in a tough spot. What can you do, right?
I think your body just kind of takes
I
over and making it again. You sure?
From there. What's going to happen?
We're going to help them get out of there.
Like, what?
Would you prefer them when you're one of your coworkers?
Oh my God, no, no, no. I cannot have that.
Where's something?
You said that you're about to become a good man. They're gonna see this. You're like, what the fuck did you do, Chris? What? Like, why didn't you just go to college to begin with?
Well, they weren't in your shoes. They don't know.
I know.
They weren't living your life.
I know, but still, it's like
People are
I
gonna
can
judge
never
you.
like.
We'll just go little steps at a time. I love that.
I can't have anybody show you out there. Let anybody no coworkers.
Okay.
I mean, they're just gonna form their own opinions anyways once they figure everything out anyway.
We'll just take little steps tonight then. How about that?
Like, do you have to have any of them with you?
No.
No, we prefer you.
Can you and me and Tammy and Ronnie get in the car and just drive out there? You just point. Chris, I know they're gone, but they're still your babies. And you're still their dad.
You don't want them out there.
I don't want them out there.
And you don't want someone else to find them out there. You don't, I promise you. Okay, good. Can you give us a second so we can kind of get some things arranged? Can you do that?
All right, do you mind staying in here with me?
It's fucking horrible. The problem is I don't even know if they believe me or not. I've always said she was the most simple person, but I never thought that could happen. That's narrower. Yes, I thought she could do it. She's herself, children know herself. Why does that happen to you? Why does this happen to two little girls?
lawyer. Both Dateline NBC.
I emotionally drove her to do something stupid.
And it's not something figured out for us. So I'll let you say that.
That's all I can do right now. I don't know.
There's no reason she would take the children first. There's no reason she would take the children. Compassion.
I don't know, like, that's because I hit it. I hit it. I hit it. That's the thing. That's the thing that's just gonna break the camel's back right there. I think just call the police right after it happened.
told him what happened to him.
You tell mom yet?
It's already going like it. She was on the bar coach. I was going to call him about it. She hadn't initiated with an email, but then I called her Monday. She's had a temper. She's had that. And then she's okay when then she's not. She knew what separation before. She knew it wasn't fair. She knew. I denied her once again.
What's that?
I think it's phone everything.
I don't know. Why?
Just ruined your life, ruined my life, ruined. After that, ruined me. Ruined Jamie's life, I ruined all my friends' life that supports me and helps me. I ruined everything. I call my foreman. I call my foreman. Like, I'll find one out there. Yeah. Can you tell us basically what it's at? No. There's too many. No. Too many terms. Show us about what it's at. Yeah, we have to go right out to it at this point. Like, Eric and something. What else to do? This guy. Who's wanted you? I wanted to tell you first. Lecture, stuff before. You're gone. You're gone. She said, she cold. It's ridiculous. I knew it was going to happen coming in, but I've never taken a polygraph before, but I know it was going to happen. Just because he, I mean, you don't know how unstable she was. The last option is all the moves.
Call that person back. Call.
I did too, but not again. They have the locks.
Yeah.
It's my daughter. I visit my house. I told my wife that out. This ain't gonna be able to do things.
No, not tonight. I don't really have much say in that, but I can do that. Do you want me to take you out to the lobby and you can go to the bathroom and then text your wife and stuff, talk to them?
Then when I go outside, yeah.
Just watch the press people around.
Yeah, I'll see them out there while you're
You want your water? You want to take your water with you?
Yeah.
We're going to try to do our best to make sure that we, we don't stand to gain anything by broadcasting any of this. That's not what law enforcement is ever really about. So we're going to try our best to handle that as discreetly as possible. But they're pretty good at what they do too.
So I'm not from around here either, right?
I've only been here 2 years.
I'm a lawyer or something. Not from somebody else.
We can talk about that
later.
Yeah.
Get your phone. About it. Okay. Let's go this way. All right.
So if you're up for it, we'll talk a little bit more. I think we have a picture of, is it Survey 319? I think we have a picture. I'll walk you through that. I'm sure you have a ton of questions for us about, how your night, month, and week is going to look. So Tammy, I was just telling him, I wanted to show him that picture.
Yeah.
And then we're going to talk a little bit about how the rest of the night's going to go.
So what's familiar to you? What is that?
It's the BRC surface drinking.
Okay. Whereabouts? The Shanann and the girls.
How old is this picture?
Today.
That's today.
Okay, can you mark it for me? Petersburg is just Korea. The S for Shanann. Okay, and where are the girls at?
Mm-hmm.
In me? So which one is, do you know which one?
Are they in the tanks? Can somebody who doesn't know what they're doing open those? Okay, it's easy to open.
What's in the tank?
It's a mixture of oil and water.
Is there a sheet found down here?
Mhm.
Where's that from?
That was what Chanel was wrapped in.
What about the girls? What are they wrapped in? Just in the picture? They have their blankets or anything? Where did their blankets and toys and stuff go?
I flew away on it.
Where did you set them or put them?
It's right here with
So how did you dig this out? I'm assuming it's under dirt. How did you dig that?
shovel on the
It's like a work shovel. Is it still there? How was Shanann dressed?
shirt in the middle.
How was she got in the bed with? Do you remember what color her shirt was or underwear?
Shirt was either black or gray. Or it was probably blue.
How much time passed, do you think, from the time that she was back in the bed until you put him in the truck? We talking minutes, hours, something else?
When I left the house,
Yeah, like from when you got her in the bed to when you put him in the truck. How long time was that?
so like from when pushing in my truck, from the bed to the truck,
Yeah, from your master bed to the truck.
minutes.
Because you talked about covering her up or something.
Yeah.
Is there anything else about anything out here that has stuff that you've left in certain spots, or you sure their blankets and toys aren't going to be in there as well?
Not because it was back in the first.
Can you do me a huge favor and just write your name on the bottom? Just so I know that we didn't make those marks. I'm just going to write the date on it, okay? 8/15/18, 5/56.
Was your wife wearing any shorts or pants or anything just under? Okay. Do you know what they look like?
Blue.
Okay. And the girls, do you know what their pajamas were?
Both nightgowns.
Okay.
So was that pink one with the like birds on it?
Okay.
I think those was there in the corner, but we on it.
Okay. So it sounds like, I mean, it feels like to me, now we know pretty well how to go get them. Is there anything else we need to know?
About how to get them.
Yeah. Does someone have to climb up to the top and unscrew something and then lower something down to get them?
They're like just a hatch from the top, and they're like 20-foot tanks.
How far down are they?
And they're the tank.
Okay. What was it when you were there?
I don't know.
Okay.
Look into that.
Okay. All right.
You may go out there, and
I don't think so. Would you prefer not to?
I didn't know if going in there.
Yeah, I don't know. I think once we got that picture, we didn't really know how much about the location that the other police officers knew. But it sounds like they knew somehow, right? And know right how to get to 319. So and I think that's how they got that picture. Does your nanny cam? Do you have a nanny cam, right?
It's a monitor.
Baby monitor. Is it a video one?
It's like it cycles back and forth
Between what?
tell them CC's room.
Oh, okay. Okay. Is there any chance it records? No? Okay. I'm just wondering, what do you think ultimately made Shanann snap?
Just knowing that I had an affair. And she knew. She just needed me to admit it. I would admit it.
Yeah. Okay. So we just started talking about, I asked if there's any chance that the nanny cam could have recorded Shanann doing what she did. And then we were just getting into, what Chris thinks about why she snapped.
Mm-hmm.
He's just saying, distressed from knowing about the other girl.
Knowing, but she didn't really know, right? I mean,
In her heart, she knew. She just wanted me to know.
Can we talk about a couple tough things? I think we need to get it out of the way and just really get it out, just to make sure you have every chance to explain exactly what happened and we have every chance to ask questions. So conversation happened. You go downstairs. She's still upstairs. And then you see what?
I hear just commotion upstairs, just like, like old mothers like that.
Okay. Sure. Maybe walking around. Yeah.
Maybe one of the kids was getting up, or
Yeah.
if she man got up or something.
Yeah.
Can't think of it. Continues packing everything up. And ready to go. So I go back up and just talk to her again, maybe go fast. And go to their room, or master bedroom. She wasn't in there.
Okay. You went there first?
Yeah.
And why did you go up again?
Just to go up and talk to her.
Okay. So it's not as though that noise made you run up, you just stopped.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Paint the register. Just look in the monitor and it was on Bella.
And where is the monitor? Where's the screen that you look at? Is it up or downstairs?
Upstairs.
Okay, so you go upstairs, look at the monitor.
Everything right beside the bed.
Oh, your master bedroom. Okay, all right.
Beside the bed.
So she's not in her bed.
It's still right there.
Okay.
She won't look at it. And it was on Bella. covers were pulled back. She was just sprawled out laying there. Then it cycled over. So they got 3, 4, 5 second interval between when it cycles from the room. It cycled over to Susie's room. That's when I saw her on top of her. That's when I ran in.
So can we talk about, again, it's very, very hard to talk about, but it's good to make sure that we understand. We don't want anything to be incorrect or inaccurate or anything like that. Was your wife on top of Cece? What did that look like? I mean, was she straddling her? Okay. And where were they? On the bed. And so your wife was on top. Was she?
That's when I was walking up from the back.
Okay. She saw from the back.
Yeah.
Okay. But she was doing this.
It looked like it was like this.
Yeah. Okay. And then was she face up, face down? What?
Off to the side.
Oh, she was laying on her side. Okay.
That's when I pulled her off.
Okay.
She's limp and she was blue.
Okay.
There's no movement at all.
She was limp and blue, or limping and blue?
Limp and blue.
Okay.
Like her body was like,
right.
Pick her arm up and it
Sure.
falls.
Okay. And then what happened?
I looked at her and I just on top of her and
You got on top of Shanann?
did the same thing.
Okay. Did you have to knock her down?
No.
She was already on the ground?
I just pulled her off on the bed.
Oh, kind of one movement.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not as though you
I didn't
pulled her off.
No. Like I went up, pulled her down. I did that. I didn't know. I lost it.
Sure. Okay.
So Shanann was laying on the ground?
On the bed.
On the bed.
Yeah, like when she was on top of me, I saw what was happening. I pulled her, went down on
How
the
big
bed.
was the bed? What kind of size is it? Full, clean, you know?
I think it's it's probably a queen of some sort. I don't think it's more.
So where was the rest? In the
She was
kitchen?
all the way up to the top.
To the top?
I went in, pushing it down, it was a cross face.
Like
So she was
laying
laying
this
this way. That's what I was.
Okay. That's cute.
Mm-hmm.
So then, is this picture as you're standing in the doorway to go in? Is that where? Okay. And then, so were they closer to this side or this side?
She usually sits in the middle.
Okay. And then, so your wife was right on top of her. You could just see that. And then, did you pull her this way or that way, or?
So to where her head was on this side.
Right over here?
Yeah.
On the left, as you're looking at it. Okay. Did you put her to fight?
I lost it so much that it didn't feel like she did.
Okay. Pretty strong dude. Did she yelling? Was she screaming? Was she talking? Was she scratching you? Nothing.
I just felt such anger that nothing. I didn't feel anything.
Okay. All right.
Like if she did, nothing's on me.
Was it quick? Was it slow? Was it?
I was so numb. It felt like it was over.
Thanks. Fast. Okay.
Felt like I was.
Is it possible her neck's broken?
So
Okay.
I've never broken a bone, so I don't know.
Okay. All right. Was it a choke like this, or was it like a headlock?
Choke.
Okay.
Can you put your hands out like you had your hands? Like that? And your wife, you saw her with one hand or two hands?
I just kind of from the back. I couldn't really help. She was on top of her. The monitor's not color, it's black and white. Or
Yeah.
nighttime, it's black and white.
Okay.
It's dark.
Because you went up the stairs, right, to talk to
Mm-hmm.
Shanann again? And then, did you think it was weird that she's not in the room when you left her?
So I walked in and looked around, saw the monitor, and I saw Bella. And so showed her she's pretty fast. That's when I saw that. And
Did you have any inkling that between the time that you finished the talk and the time that you found Shanann choking, she had no inkling she was going to do it?
I think both of those kids more than no.
Okay.
And people in my family have always said she's unstable. My friends have said she's unstable, but I never would have thought in a million years.
Who says she's unstable?
My family, my friend Mark, people that have seen her around me.
Why?
That picture of her.
Well, it doesn't look good. I'm not gonna lie. Looks actually pretty bad. And
Is it possible that when we get these girls, Bella, Cece, and Shanann, is it possible when we get them that we're going to see anything other than the cause of death being her hands? Okay. And what I mean by that, and I should be very clear, is that it's some of it's hard to believe that your wife did it. Right? You can imagine that. Okay. So is it possible that maybe she did one, and then you got Shanann, so you did to Shanann what she did to one of your daughters, and then you had to just do it to the other one? Okay. So is that's not what happened?
No.
Okay. Is it possible that, is there any other way where we might see your hand on the girl's neck?
No.
Okay. And you know what I mean? Because when we find their little bodies,
No.
we're going to see the diameter of someone's hand and someone's fingers, right? So is that all possible? We're going to see yours?
No.
Okay. All right. And I know it's hard, and I know you're probably getting angry at my question, but we have to ask. Okay.
can you think of that question?
Let my family down. Let my dad down. Let my mom, sister, nephew, nieces, friends, co-workers. Everybody.
Can I ask you another tough question? Let's get it all on the table. When you see Shanann choking, strangling Celeste, and you get her off of Celeste, do you think about calling an ambulance?
I see you guys in there blue and limp.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen something like that in my life. And she just lay over, nothing she wasn't moving at all, no gasp of breath. She was totally just blue.
So Chris, doing this job for a long
I
time,
know.
I know a lot about psychology and as far as what people are thinking. Most parents will never even want to fathom that their kid is dead. Even if their kid's stiff, blue in bed, stiff like been dead all night, they still call an ambulance to see if someone can revive their child. And when the ambulance gets there, they're like, gosh, their kid's been dead all night. There's nothing we can do. And it's why are you not doing something? What are you talking about? So that's what we're used to. So that's why I want you to explain to me what was going on in your head and
The rage I felt for what she did, it just took over.
But you see that
I
kind of
understand. I see where you're coming from.
most parents would still try and
I
call.
see where you're coming from.
I would hate for Shanann to get a bad rap. She didn't have anything to do with it. You know, it's not fair. It's not fair. Enough bad stuff is happening, but we need to stop the bad stuff from happening. So, you want to tell us the truth?
That is true.
I want to make sure. So you're good with the public knowing that Shanann killed her daughters?
I did not hurt these girls.
Are you okay with the public knowing that Shanann?
Yes, because I did not hurt these girls.
Chris, I'm not sure I believe you.
I think you meant to.
I
I think you meant to. You didn't save them either. You know?
know that. I know that.
So that don't make sense either.
None of this makes sense. Nothing like why she would be there. Any of this makes sense.
Are you sure Shanann didn't catch you?
No, my God, no.
Chris, you can imagine that we're pretty cynical in our jobs, right? And tonight we've had to talk a lot about a lot of things. And don't get mad, but what it looks like is that you found a new life, and the only way to get that new life was to get rid of the old life. And I think that you killed these girls before their mom came home and then killed Shanann. That's what we're kind of left. That's what we have to believe because it just doesn't make sense. I mean, to her point, if I walked in and my kid was decapitated, I'd call an ambulance, right? So
Knowing there's no hope.
it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't add up. So either you're this monster, you know, I just want this young hot girlfriend, so I'm going to kill everyone and hope it works out, or something. So I think we're very, very close to the truth, but not quite there yet. So if you're not that monster,
I'm not a monster. I didn't kill my babies.
Okay. So tell us what actually happened.
I told you what happened.
I know, but you know, we're getting later into the day. We've done this a few times, and we talk. Then we show you a little bit of what we're working with, some evidence, some facts that we know, and then we kind of get our way to the truth. So okay.
Everything I told you.
Truth. What's going to happen when their cause of death comes back to you for the girls?
It's not going to.
Okay. You sure?
I'm 100% positive it's not going to come back to me.
Who's it going to come back to?
Shanann was on top of Cece.
Okay. What do you want me to say? I just want the truth. That's it. The truth. And what about Bella?
Bella was laid out, sprawled on her bed.
Okay.
And I saw Shanann on top of Cece, so I ran in there.
And what happens when a coroner looks and says, sees your fingerprints on their neck? What is it going to be?
It's going to be Shanann.
For sure. Well, we don't know about Bella, right? We don't know about
Bella, I didn't see Shanann on top of her.
Okay.
That's the commotion I heard upstairs. Yeah, I'm assuming.
Okay. Why take their bodies out of the house and bury them?
I was scared. I didn't know what else to do.
Okay.
Nothing was gonna. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't know what to do.
Scared of what?
scared of what everything was going to look like. My 2 babies were gone,
Mm-hmm.
and I just did that to my wife. And I was the only one left in the house. What do you expect is going to happen?
Yeah. It did look bad, right?
It looked, I mean, this was a nightmare.
Yeah. Okay.
Just think as many problems as you've had with Shanann, at the end of the day, she seemed like she was a pretty good mom, right?
I was a pretty good dad as well. You don't really know a person until you don't know a person.
Just would hate for someone who can't defend themselves, like Shanann and Bella and Celeste. Like, I mean, if you're not being truthful about who took their lives, like that's on them too.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to do that to them.
I'm not doing that to them.
I'm just saying. I mean,
No, I'm not doing that to them.
I do think you were a good dad. I think Shanann was a good mom. I think you guys were doing everything you could possibly do for those girls. And look at them.
Why didn't you put Shanann in the tanks?
Didn't know what else to do.
How far down is she?
2 feet maybe.
How long did it take you to dig that? Give me an idea. Does anyone ever like go up this ladder and like look in things?
Mhm.
So how are you gonna avoid that? Or is it you that does that?
Anybody that goes to the location.
How often is that done if those things are checked?
And if they're getting enough oil or that's a leak.
So do you want someone to find them?
I didn't, that was the location I was going out to that morning.
Anyway,
And that's, I didn't know what else to do.
so you weren't thinking that far ahead.
No.
Yesterday when you were talking, and again, this is before we kind of got to this moment today, you mentioned that we were talking, you said, I don't know where they are, I don't know where they are, and you said something along the lines of, whatever happened to them was acted pure evil. What does that mean?
This evil that I saw when I walked behind Shanann and she was on top of CC. And I felt evil stride into Shanann.
So, another thing that doesn't make sense to me is, well, can you walk me through again? When you walked in, what did she look like? What did Shanann look like? All you saw was her back. Was it the same shirt that you buried her in? Same underwear? And then was she wearing pajamas?
Shanann?
Yeah.
No, that's what she said.
Oh, she sleeps in her underwear. Okay. And no pajamas, no shorts, nothing like that. So then when you grab her, just as is, that's how she gets to the truck, that's how she gets to the site.
So did Shanann ever go to bed?
Like when I put her back in the bed.
No, like when she got home. Did any of that happen where she got into bed and then you woke her up at 4? Like, is all of that true? Cause it looks like there's some purchase of some hair care products at like 2:30 in the morning. Do you know about that?
Hair care product.
And her credit card was denied. You said you don't really use the credit card, so.
My credit card, no.
Would you have bought hair care products at 2:30 in the morning that morning? Did she get mad at you because there's no money when she was out? Like, was that part of the?
That's the first I've heard of that.
Oh.
As far as hair care products in the card.
Okay. And I'm not lying about that. I just was one asking about that is something that came up.
Is there any reason she would have a black eye, Shanann? Not from a slap or a punch or nothing like that?
Never punch or slap her.
Is there any reason she would have a stab mark on her body?
No.
And no other reason for death? Coroner's not going to find rat poison in her stomach. The only way that she died, she was living and breathing, wasn't living and breathing after your hands on her neck. Okay.
What were you talking to Nikki about before you went got home?
Before she got home,
We talked for like several hours.
I was there and we talked a lot. Like, conversations, random conversations. We talked a lot.
Does Nikki know about any of this? Yes, sir.
Well, she doesn't know, like, I mean, she knows, like, from the news and everything like that.
Mm-hmm. Anything else? Did you share with her anything? Did she know your wife was pregnant?
She does now. And I told her that.
She didn't know at the time? What did you tell her?
I was scared too. But, like, you know, like, she wouldn't even, like, go on a date with me if she knew that. So it's,
Did she know you were married with kids?
yes.
Okay. But just not pregnant?
I told her that, you know, like, we had actively tried before we met.
Oh, try to get pregnant. Okay.
So she knew that.
You can imagine that when we go talk to people going forward, everyone's going to try to distance themselves from any of this.
Yes.
And so what's going to happen when Nikki says, no, it was our plan to kill everyone and run off together?
Okay. We're going to talk to her.
Absolutely.
You have to.
So can we get ahead of that for you? Can we get all of that out right now? I mean, so are you sure she's not going to say, oh, I kind of knew he was going to kill him?
No.
She's not going to say that?
No.
Okay. And she's not going to say, boy, we were making plans about buying a house or an apartment. She's going to say that?
No, like,
She would
it's just, like, once I have my own place, like, you could, you know, like, hang out more.
Okay. So after the separation, after that dust settled, then you would have availability to go see Nikki. You guys had talks like that?
Yeah, I mean, like, she generally liked me.
Okay.
Please don't put her name out there. So she's been through enough in her life.
Stuff like that we never try to put out.
But I'm just really depressed if they got an affair, they would drag her through the mud. I don't want that.
We're certainly not going to try to make that happen.
It's vulnerable on any of this.
I know this press finds ways. That's everything.
So what do you think about everything now? You feel sorry for what you did?
I wish I wouldn't have lost control and got on top of Shannon and that. And then with that.
What? To Not to the website.
Yes.
So after we look at their bodies, we're gonna have a lot more questions. Things are gonna be different then, but if you're willing, we'd love to talk to you then too. You did really good today, Chris. Really good. I think you had about 24 hours of just a hellish nightmare thrust upon you, and you certainly did what you did, but I think you took a lot of steps to make it better today.
Sorry I lied to you last night, and sorry I lied to you today. It's not okay.
I thought you were here for a reason.
There's a reason why I didn't. That I came in because that's the reason why I didn't come in with a lawyer either. So it's like, it's just gonna happen. So.
You know, eventually they were going to find them out there. So, I mean, it was kind of inevitable. And you had just been sitting at home waiting for that moment to happen. And then what? Then what does it look like?
It was probably
There's many people that say that you're an amazing guy and you would never do anything bad and that has never lost your temper. And, you know, all those people that say that about you, there's just as many that would say that about Shanann. So, we're going to struggle with that for a while. I'm struggling with it right now, I'll be honest.
I know.
I'm a mom.
Anybody would.
How do we prove best that Shanann did it?
And probably, I guess that's the only thing.
We're gonna see her hand marks.
The hand marks are not there.
Okay.
But there are going to be hand marks, like more
No,
smothered, you
they're-
think?
I shouldn't have been smothered, no. Bella, I don't know, but she was on top of her, and her head was side.
There was no pillow on top of her.
I didn't see you on up camera. Didn't see on top.
Why were there sheets in the trash in the kitchen?
Because those are the same ones out there. They didn't know what else to do. And then eventually you're gonna find Shanann. Because
So is she still wrapped in the sheet down in here?
it was just laying out to the side. Or maybe the wind took it.
So it's right here now. It was just next to the side. Like you didn't even try and hide that?
I was so scared, I didn't know what to do.
Did someone come up on you or something?
No.
Yeah.
Were you afraid they were going to start showing up?
I knew they were on their way out there, but I mean, it's a long way out there.
So I know, before I forget, I know that they collected a lot of electronics at your house, like routers and that kind of stuff. Like that's not going to show that she was using her phone like at a time that you said she was strangling the kids or something, right? Okay. What is the password to like all the electronics in your house? I know there was an iPad.
iPad should be 2385.
2385. There's not one for the Apple Watch, is there?
Should be 2385.
Is that for yours too?
3387.
I'm sorry, what was yours?
2387.
And what other stuff do you have? Is there a router, like your password for that stuff?
Shiny chair 6. Change the router.
And spell them.
SHINYCHAIR 6.
Okay. Shiny chair 6. And then what else is in there? Is there a desktop computer?
Yeah, that one, if it has a password, it'd be 428 4915, capital S, lowercase w.
And what about, is there anything else in the house as far as electronics go, tablets?
Well, the iPad's the only real thing. The other ones are kids stuff, but there's like, Amazon Fires or whatnot.
Okay. And you have an iPhone what? Which one? Is that your personal one?
Yes, iPhone like 7 plus.
What's the password for that one?
2387.
And what about your work phone?
Same.
Is that this on here?
And obviously Sheann had an iPhone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what was her password?
So it changed to 013119.
And what was that password?
The due date the next day. Nikki told me that one. Nicole told me that one.
Okay.
Show it to me. Nicole.
Yeah, we only got, I was getting us very confused. So no other electronics. What about the Echo? Does it have a password?
Although, never knew if it did or not.
Okay.
You just say Alexa and it starts listening.
Oh, it's an Alexa. Is it the Echo still?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The product's called an Echo.
Okay. Any other ones that you think of?
Where do you guys bank?
Chase in USA.
Which one was the, when you went out to dinner with Nikki?
Chase.
That's Chase. And USAA, is that mortgage? Is that bank? Is that
Chase is our mortgage lender.
Okay.
Do you have checking through them too, right?
Yes.
What do you guys use USAA for?
We use that to pay mortgage too, but it's just another, she had that portion of me.
And then the accounts that you had personally, beyond all of this? Okay.
Oh, the security system. There's a 5 in it, right?
Didn't.
Isn't it?
It's either going to be 3387 or 2385. That's it. And the passcode, like this Mustang, or if you ever have to talk to them, global passcode.
And then what email is associated with that?
Shannon Watts at gmail.com.
Do you know her Gmail password?
Could be that 428 it should, any of her, if most of your password do that.
Okay.
Amazon, everything.
And what is that? Is a phone number you said?
Yeah.
What phone number is that?
Her ex-husband's mom.
Okay, that's weird.
You stick with the password.
She just remembers it? Or she thought it that long?
They were really good friends.
Oh, okay.
She just kept it.
Do you have any other questions for us?
It was a bathroom.
Yes.
Of course.
We do need to do one more thing. Now that we know what we know, we're going to, I need to check that you don't have any weapons on you or anything like that. Do you have any weapons on you? Okay. We'll do that. Go to the bathroom. I'm not going to go in the stall with you, but I'm going to go with you. And then we'll come right back here and we'll make a decision about how the rest of the night goes. All right, so you might stand it up so I can check. All right, let's go to the bathroom.
Yeah, so just in there.
Yes, please.
Yeah, that way. There you go.
I can take a red. All right, we'll be right with you, okay? We're going to make a decision on the property. Okay. Take it with me for now, though. And then just for everyone's protection, I'm going to leave that recording. Okay. Watching.